We are here with artist James Heroux. He is the premier artist here at the gallery at Access Framingham, and we're going to be talking to him about his work. So many of the works on display here are part of your Word of the Day series. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about how that idea got started?
Sure. So it began Christmas of 2012. My wife had gotten me one of those Word a Day calendars. You just kind of tear the day off and toss it away. And so we were about 4.5 months pregnant at that time. So I really knew that 2013 was going to be a busy year with the oncoming of our son. So I really wanted to kind of hone my skills and kind of direct my focus on even a small task, a daily task. So I started the Word a Day illustration project, where every single day I would do an illustration based on a word and its definition. And it started just for a project, just for me, really just to kind of, like I said, hone my skills. And so every day I would post it on Facebook and Instagram. And a lot of my friends and family would really love the project. So they'd recommend words and suggest words. So yeah, that's how it came to be. And so I started, going bigger and making prints, and people really enjoy it.
Nice. Now, the way our gallery is positioned, we have this weird kind of jet out in the wall, and you actually made great use of that space doing this Dandelion Series. How did you do that one?
As most of us know, this winter was pretty brutal on all of us. And so I dedicated kind of how I felt about the winter when we got 5 big storms over 5 weekends. So I did 5 illustrations of dandelions that, despite that we don't typically like the dandelions, they are beautiful in their own right. And so I kind of dedicated this project as an ode to the toughness of New Englanders and getting through, the tough times and kind of growing from that and being better about it.
In general, how would you describe your work, your style?
They've been called unique, whimsical in nature, fantastic. I've heard people say, but it's hard to kind of gauge your own work. It's your own. I'm obviously my own worst critic, so as I see my work, it can always be better and better. But.
And how do you pick what mediums you're going to use?
Well, I used to do a lot of painting with acrylics and oil paintings. But my studio in my house used to be the second floor bedroom, and then of course the onset of my son took over, and that became the nursery. So I'm now in the basement studio, and I find, well, my wife says that when I use oil paints or acrylics, it kind of smells the house up a little bit. So kind of reduce myself to using high-end Illustrator markers and colored pencils and things like that wouldn't really kind of make a mess of the house. And I've really grown from such media, like the markers and the pencils and pens, and I really found a great love for them.
And speaking to the Framingham community, what do you want people to know about your work?
That there's always another level in my work. I don't just necessarily just do something just to do it. I always have one particular meaning, and then many layers of different meanings in my work. For example, the dandelions, they're not just dandelions, they actually stand for something. So kind of getting past the initial visual aspect of it. It's my work tends to always have a deeper meaning.
And a bonus question. How does it feel to be the premier artist here at Access Framingham?
It's great. It's a wonderful facility here, and there's such wonderful people here to invite me into this space, and I'm really grateful. And I wish all the best of luck, because this is such a really beautiful space.